Hi, BookTube. This is Johnny. I'm just sitting here tonight, putting my diary away for the day. I was reading something. I was reading Conversion in Luke and Acts, Divine Action, Human Cognition, and the People of God by Joel B. Green. And I came across, as you know, when I'm reading in my books, I'm always looking for diary titles for my online diary, Crooked Fingers. And I found one and I wanted to write it down in my diary. So tomorrow morning, when I write an entry on my online diary, I'll have a title for it, which is A Transformed Pattern of Life. I found that here when I was reading this evening. So I write that down in my diary, put my diary away for the night. It is December the 6th. It is a Wednesday night here in West Michigan. It is 8:12 at night. So I'm sitting here putting my diary away for the night, for the day. Tomorrow is a Thursday. We're supposed to have snow during the night. Wake up tomorrow to snow on the ground here by Lake Michigan. So yeah, today I ended on page 1086. So yeah, I was reading this book, Conversion in Luke and Acts. I'm just looking at it. It was in my main study, and I don't know, I got it. What year did I get this book? It came out 2015. So I was looking at that, and I was looking at this book, Imitating God in Christ, Recapturing a Biblical Pattern by Jason B. Hood. So I was looking at those to evening. I don't know what else I've been reading today. What I read today? Oh, I read Life in the Spirit, Spiritual Formation in a Theological Perspective, edited by Jeffrey B. Greenman and George Cakatis. I was reading chapter 4 in that book, From the Porch to the Cross, Ancient Christian Approaches to Spiritual Formation. So, yeah. The last 2 days, I've basically been reading a book I got in the mail yesterday afternoon. This is Gregory the Great, Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Volume 4, Books 17 through 22, translated by Brian Kerns. I think I've shown you these over the last couple of years. I've been buying these volumes. This is Volume 1 of Gregory the Great, Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Preface, Books 1 through 5. And then you have More Reflections of the Book of Job, Gregory the Great, Volume 2, Books 6 through 10. And then the Moral Reflections of the Book of Job, Gregory the Great, Volume 3, Books 11 through 16. And then I got this one yesterday, Gregory the Great, Moral Reflections on the Book of Job, Volume 4, Books 17 and 22. There's 2 more volumes coming out in this series. So I've been looking at monastic spirituality the last couple of days, looking at biblical conversion. What does it mean to be saved, or what does it mean to be converted, which is imitating God in Christ. I think that's what, if I remember, doesn't the Apostle Paul say in Ephesians, I think I've quoted this verse before. He says, I think, therefore, it says in Ephesians chapter 5, therefore be imitators of God as dear children, and walk in love as Christ also has loved us and given himself for us, an offering and sacrifice to God for a sweet-smelling aroma. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not even be named among you as is fitting for saints. neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor coarse jesting, which are not fitting, but rather giving of thanks. For this you know, that no fornicator, unclean person, nor covetous man who is an idolater has any inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these things the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. Therefore do not be partakers with them. So Paul says, therefore be imitators of God as dear children. So imitating God in Christ. Yeah, I got this book, and so I've been reading it late afternoon, early evening. I was going to read it tonight before I go to bed. Not much else going on here in the book world. Like I said, it's a Wednesday. Tomorrow's a Thursday. I don't have nothing coming in the mail. I did go to thrift stores. Hold on. Yeah, I did go to thrift store yesterday. I found this novel at I went to just local thrift stores around where I live here in south part of Holland. At the bottom of everything, a novel by Ben Dolnick, Dolnick. So I got that at Goodwill. And then I found this Michael Pollan, A Place of My Own, an architect of Daydreams. So I got that. And then I found this historical novel by Thomas Flanagan. I have his book in our library downstairs, The Year of the French. This is his novel, The End of the Hunt. And then I found at Bibles to Mexico, these, they must have been published for an art auction in New York City back in 2014. It's called Phillips, Contemporary Art, New York Evening Sale, 15 May 2014. They were only at 25 cents a piece. And I thought, hey, there's a part in here of, there's Andy Warhol. Some of his paintings went on sale, I suppose, at this sale. Let me see what else. There's another thing of Andy Warhol. There's just all this contemporary art. I just thought, hey, for 25 cents, there's Andy Warhol. Yeah, this painting was going for $10 million to $15 million. That was the bidding on this, starting at $10 million. Crazy. And then I got another one for 25 cents. This is Phillips, Contemporary Art, New York Day Sale, May 16, 2014. So, I like contemporary art. I like looking at it. These are going on eBay. These are going for $30 a volume on eBay. They're really well made, but like that painting, right? That little ceramics thing right there starts at $80,000 to $120,000. Now, would you bid $80,000 on that little ceramic head? Some people have too much money in this world. So I got those. Got this historical novel by Thomas Flanagan. This is a nonfiction book. It's about a guy who he wrote the honor for, was it, I don't know, in defense of food. It says here, Michael Pollan's unmatched ability to draw lines of connection between our everyday experiences, whether eating, gardening, or building, in the natural world has been the basis for the popular success of his many works of nonfiction, including his bestsellers in the defense of food. With a new edition of his earlier work, A Place of My Own, Pollan tells the inspiring, insightful, and often hilarious story of his quest to realize a room of his own, a small wooden hut in the forest, a shelter for daydreams built with his own admittedly unhandly hands, and Inspired in equal parts by Thoreau and Mr. Blandings, A Place of My Own not only explores the history and meaning of all human building, it also demonstrates the architect's unique power to give our bodies, minds, and dreams a home in the world, now with a new preface by the author. So yeah, this is really an offbeat novel. It was, I like offbeat novels. It says here at the bottom of everything, a novel, of friendship, guilt, and madness, two friends torn apart by terrible secret and the dark adventure that neither of them could ever have conceived. It's been 10 years since the incident, and Adam has long since decided he's better off without his former best friend, Thomas. Adam is working as a tutor, sleeping with the mother of a student, spending lonely nights looking up his ex-girlfriend on Facebook and pretending that he has some more meaningful plan for an adult life. But when he receives an email from Thomas's mother begging for his help, he finds himself drawn back into his old friend's world and to the past he's tried so desperately to forget. As Adam embarks upon a magnificently strange and unlikely journey, Ben Dolnick unspools a tale of spiritual reckoning, of search and escape, of longing and reaching for redemption, a tale of near hallucinatory power. There's a picture of him. So I don't know, it sounded interesting. It was only 60 cents. So I've been reading Gregory the Great. The Moral Reflections of the Book of Job is basically what I've been reading. I got these used books yesterday and looking at tonight, Imitating God and Christ and Conversion of Luke and Acts. So that's it. That's what's going on in my book world. No one else to say. I'm kind of wasted. I don't know what it is. I mean, lately I think my mind's been kind of like in a fog. Everything's kind of in a thick mist. I think I need to get out more. I think I'm sitting in the house too much. I think I need to get outside every day and just air out my brain. So I hope you're having a good week. I thank you for the comments. Thank you for the new subscribers. And till next time, bye.